Hey guys, okay, remote viewing. Me and my buddy sitting in a coffee shop in the morning, turn on the TV, and I worked at the coffee shop, so turn on the TV and girl goes missing in Portugal. Remember that? Madeleine McCann, remember that? So I'm on it. This is back in 2007. I believe she went missing in 2007. So I hook up to her. I travel to Portugal. I'm chanting her name. I hook up to her, and she's in a room, sitting on a couch, eating candy or something like that. I pan out, and it's in like a nice place. I can't remember too much detail, but the one thing I do remember is after that, and I know two guys have got her. Two guys took her. I know it. I just know it. I never saw them, but you can feel it. There was two guys. There's more than that, but and they were treating her good. So I went then. Then I went into as I'm looking at her, and she's the cutest little thing. Just, I'm crying watching this. And she's in an apartment or something in Portugal. Then next thing you know, I'm in a vision. Boom. Madeleine's on some steps going up the side of a building or something. There's a walkway, there's a river. I see a river. I see a walkway. I think it was a river or a road. I can't remember. It was in 2007. There's a road. There's a sidewalk. It goes up. There's a sidewalk. Then, and there's stairs that go down to the road or the river. I can't remember which. There were steps that circled. They bent. They go up like this. There was stone. It was stone steps, and it went up and it bent around up to another level where there were more buildings and stuff. So I'm not familiar with Portugal. So anyway, I'm looking. Madeleine's standing up here on the railing or on the steps. She's on the steps, halfway up the steps. There was this guy that was stalking her. They're following her. When she was alone, they came up behind her, grabbed her by the mouth, and took her down to the car. In a second, no one else saw a thing. Now the thing was, there was another guy who was spotting on the road. There's one guy who was spotting, talking to the other guy when it was a good time to grab her when no one was looking or whatever. So there was a guy spotting the abduction, making it happen. That I knew. Two guys, white guys. That's all I knew. Didn't know anything other than that. Alright? Didn't know anything other than that. That's all I got off Madeleine. That's all I got. Other than, and my buddy, he called the FBI. I think it was the FBI because he tried to call Portugal and it was worth $1 million to actually long distance phone call, and we didn't understand Portuguese. So I think he called the FBI and told them as best he could. And we just left it. I mean, it was brutal. And I went back a couple times, but I don't remember what happened. I just don't remember. But the last time I saw her, she was sitting on a couch in a room, eating candy, while these other guys are walking around stressing out what to do with her. That's all I saw. Now, it's 2018, 2017, 2018. It's like, and I want to show you something on the internet, okay? Just because I can. I want you to just watch this from what I saw. I just told you what I saw, okay? Now watch this. Let me just get her going here.
Because what are the chances that Madeleine McCann would have suspects that look like Tony and John Podesta if Tony and John Podesta weren't in Portugal? Just a huge coincidence, right? Well, thanks to the work of so many researchers out there on Reddit who are all over Pizzagate, we now have information that is going to blow you away. So first, my thanks to Victoris Libertas, the website from which I shared this information that Anon claims FBI insiders have the goods and the intelligence community has the facts, which allegedly indicate that John and Tony Podesta were in Portugal on May 3rd, 2007, the day Madeleine McCann vanished. Now, here's what's astonishing about these claims. Sir Clement Freud, the grandson of Sigmund Freud, was a British broadcaster, writer, politician, and chef. And according to a former British ambassador, Clement Freud sexually abused dozens of children. And what's even more sinister about this is that his $1 million holiday villa was located just 1/3 of a mile away from where Madeleine McCann vanished. Now, as I share this story with you, I want to note that Freud died in 2009 at age 84. Madeleine McCann disappeared in 2007. And what's really sinister about this is the McCanns didn't know Clement Freud prior to Madeleine's disappearance, but Clement befriended them after her disappearance and invited them to his villa in the midst of the investigation of the disappearance of their daughter. He wrote, "Been ashamed of the intrusion into your lives by our media, and if you would care to come to lunch or dinner at any time before Wednesday next, do ring and let me know. I cook decent meals." Now, evidently, Clement was a very good actor because according to Kate McCann's account of spending time with him after Madeleine's disappearance, she said, "Thank God for people like Clement who kept us smiling." Now, again, I think it's important to stress the fact that after the death of Clement Freud in 2009, all of the stories of his pedophilia and child sexual abuse came pouring out, just as they did after the death of Jimmy Savile. So imagine how sinister this situation is as I share with you the real bombshell. Now imagine the horror years later as we understand what was really going on here. A child sexual predator befriended the McCanns and invited them to his home, which was 1/3 of a mile away from where Madeleine disappeared. Now here's the bombshell. Police in Suffolk have confirmed the now known pedophile, Clement Freud, was out of the country when Madeleine was abducted. However, his home had been loaned to his friends, John and Tony Podesta. Now, if this information is true, it should not only reopen the investigation into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, it should blow the roof off of this global pedophile ring. And I'll finish by saying that according to Anonymous, one of their FBI insiders can confirm that the intelligence community has data which indicates John and Tony Podesta were in Portugal on May 3rd, 2007, the day Madeleine McCann vanished. The Podesta brothers were staying with a friend named Clem, who turns out to be Clement Freud, who is known to be a pedophile. Once again, take a look at the police-generated sketch of the two suspects being sought in the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. And take a look at John and Tony Podesta. And now knowing everything that we do about the Podesta WikiLeaks emails, Comet Ping Pong,
Jerry is known to hang out down here. He likes the world sounds to boys.
And little boys.
And children.
I think I was his manager. We all have preferences.
and what appears to be a pedophilia ring in Washington, D.C., reopen the Madeleine McCann investigation and bring in John and Tony Podesta for questioning. If indeed they were in Portugal in May of 2007, staying at Clement Freud's villa, they have a lot of explaining to do. Please share this video with everyone you know, and by all means, please feel free to contact Madeleine's parents at findmadeleine.com.
What do you think of that? Not a lot, I know, but from what I saw, two guys, a spotter, and an abductor. Just saying.